LCS either. So teammate may be open for a lane swap to keep that afloat. And we'll see his picks and bans coming through. No Gragas for Porpoise, no Azir for Golden Glue. He has been a fairly consistent performer.
So we're getting towards the end here, and I want to see, how much, with the new value placed on Nautilus, I want to see if the new value on Nautilus actually outweighs Alistar and Sivir, because Sivir to me just has, for so long, has been essential for Team Dignitas. It's been a huge part of the vast majority of their wins. Alistar's off the table, but...
Yeah, I think that's a setup for a Sivir pick, because Alistar's such a big deal, you don't want to let teammate pick that, because you want to pick something else for yourself. We'll see if teammate has the same idea, or if Dignitas does, or if I'm just breathing hot air. A lot of deliberation on this last ban. Teammate hoping to pivot and ban the correct thing here. It is Thresh.
Well, okay, so they leave them both up because Gragas is also already banned, so they want to get Rek'Sai on the backswing. Ooh. If it's just Shen first pick, then...
I would be surprised if Shen was really first pick worthy.
So would I, but...
Because part of that is the perception of power.
See, here's the thing. Not only are Sivir and Rek'Sai available for the next pick, but this Nautilus. Super hot Nautilus.
Super hot Ezreal.
Very in.
Depending on the team.
Right,
I think Ezreal would be a shifter champion, to be honest. I feel like he'd be good at it. Golden Glue is playing a bit more in your face. A lot of Victor games of Vladimir. Golden Glue is known for his Zed when he first joined Dignitas back in 2014.
All right, so there's the first two that I was thinking of, Sivir, Rek'Sai. I'm very curious as to what Dignitas are trying to build up here, because one of the big things 2 weeks ago, when they really started to take out other top teams, is how well they were able to construct their compositions. Especially the one against Team Impulse that comes to mind with the double teleport, using the Twisted Fate, because they wanted to prey on the tendencies of Impulse to continue pushing really far after team fights. But it looks like it will be that mid lane Ezreal. I'm going to go ahead and assume that any Ezreal pick locked in the current state of the game is a mid lane Ezreal.
Yeah.
Just because Runeglaive AP Ezreal is
very strong.
Ridiculous.
And it's interesting because he was picked so rarely in other professional leagues. In Korea, this morning / yesterday's matches, he went entirely unpicked, unbanned from the 4 games that were played there. In Europe, we only saw Pepinero play it.
So one of my theories about that is that North America is one of the most slow starting regions, sort of passive play early on. And Ezreal does have a very punishable early game still. Like most champions, yeah, you could really punish him early. It's one of the reasons I was talking to Inox especially. Like, he doesn't even like AP Ezreal because of how hard you can punish him early.
Okay.
So I feel like it's probably poke champions in general stronger in the regions that start a bit slower.
All right, well, we'll see if this ends up being punished. Then Team Dignitas giving Shifter a bit of a spirit animal type champion, a safe passive farmer with a good team fight pickup. And Calitrolls is getting himself Aurelia for this battle against top lane Shen. It's like Season 2 all over again.
Yeah, I mean, teammate, one of the best games that they came close to winning was a game where Calitrolls on Aurelia got a solo kill, got complete control of the top lane. Oh, it
is AD carry.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be AP Shifter, just because Shifter played AP Ezreal before Runeglaive in the LCS. So this is a guy, he played AP Ezreal before you could even use Runeglaive to turn Mystic Shot into AP. But with the Diana lock-in, it becomes an AD Ezreal. There's no other.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance.
AD carry.
Of course, they smite Ezreal in the bot lane. It's not going to happen. I'm messing with you. He actually played AD Ezreal against teammate when Team Dignitas beat them last time in this split. So just going to repeat the rule. Shout out to Sasa in here. From
Diana, there's a very small possibility of a jungle Diana.
I think.
I don't like it because solo lane Eve dropped off quite a lot. But you can run Eve in a solo lane.
Yep.
It's not optimal, though.
It was hot at the end of Season 3, but I don't know if it's going to be happening here anymore. Shifter with the mid lane Diana, Gamsu on top Shen, so the Submarine Evelynn Shen is going to be some crazy strong gank power. Of course, Annie support engages there. Shifter on Diana Engage. Also, their core Jade can help, but the mid lane Kassadin comes through for Golden Glue. Again, a shorter range to mid-range mage for him. He's not one to play a lot of poke, and he's going to be in the face, and with a lot of innate magic resist defense and magic damage defense should match up well against Shifter.
Yeah, you can get a lot of spam from Kassadin off on Diana because she is also melee to get in there for both mana restore as well as good trading with your shield. Now, that does attract a lot of jungler attention whenever you have 2 melee champions in the mid lane. And you've got an Evelynn in the game.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Gotta be cautious. The thing is about Evelynn, I really hate playing her into Rek'Sai because Rek'Sai's Tremor Sense takes away a lot of those flank plays once you do get to the grouping up stages of the game.
True.
It makes it hard for her to get around unnoticed.
Well, could be a bit scary. Then we're going to see what happens in this match. Fire up those Twitter accounts. Let us know who you think is going to win this game. Let us know how it's going to play out. Send hashtag DIGwin or hashtag T8win to @LOL Esports. We'll tally up the votes in just a few minutes. And by the way, Ezreal or not, it is still going to be Runeglaive for Shifter in this mid lane. He is playing Smite Diana in the mid lane here, so farm is going to be around. And it's going to be a fun game, guys. Here we go into the game, the 5th of the day. Dignitas with a chance to tie for 2nd place with a win over Teammate.
All right. Let's see how that works.
Now, I've actually had the luxury of playing against laning Runeglaive Diana in Twisted Treeline. Obviously a different experience, but it's so easy for her to farm everything forever.
Yeah, I had the luxury of playing it because I got trolled and someone else took jungle. And it was a normal game among friends, but I was forced to play a mid lane Smite Diana. She can farm like a monster. You can clear a wave really quickly with Diana with just Q and W and your passive, and then you can go farm raptors or wolves really, really fast.
There's actually a fun side benefit of that is, I know back in like Season 2 when everyone farmed Wraiths, you would like farm them over the wall really easily, and like the raptor would aggro onto you, so we like lowered its attack range. Diana, the Q reveals, so she can QR over the wall and start the camp like 8 seconds faster than anyone else.
Yeah, plus you can go Trailblazer, and you don't lose any health on the camps because she shields herself. And if you go Trailblazer, you actually gain sustain off of going back to get camp. So you can put your body in harm's way, pushing the mid lane so fast, even taking a lot of harass from your enemy, because you can go heal up off of the jungle. Now, that actually combos pretty well with Evelynn, who likes to gank.
It's true, she's not as
a lot early.
And I do, though, if I had to place a bet, I would say it would be Chilling Smite for Diana, just because you get so much chase down power that you are guaranteed to get your assassination whoever you fight.
Diana's really about
Trailblazer.
Diana's really about burst combos.
Okay.
Well, looks like we will be having a pause early on here, and we will have to wait.
It's fine. First of the day, it's understandable.
Diana. Now, Shifter, by the way, talking about sustain, has also got a full consumable start.
Yep, flat
so
4 potions.
He's not. He doesn't have teleport, but he doesn't need it, because if you start that W shield that I was talking about on Diana, this is a miraculous 1-point wonder, this ability.
Oh, yeah.
It does as much damage as the Q does level 1, but also shields you for a tremendous amount, and it's an AoE. So he can take out the Raptor camp really easily by himself, not have to teleport back like top laners do.
Yeah, should be plenty strong. Now, we are getting word, by the way, it was an audio issue. Porpoise Pop seems to be the one who is afflicted by it, so quick pause from him. About a minute of the pause, we'll see if that gets fixed early enough. Don't know if it was team comms or gameplay, but we'll have to see in a little bit. Early game assignments to check out where the lanes are going. Kalitrols is taking the Raptors as well himself, so teammate also wanted to grab some of this. Dignitas are duo jungling Gamsu and Helios together. They've started by their Gromp on the left side of the map.
Yeah, that's something that we did see earlier in the day, and I kind of want to touch on because a lot of teams, pretty much all North American top laners are doing this a lot, even in solo queue now. See people like Darius, Santorin, and all these guys, just because basically, if your top laner was going to start a camp by himself anyways, you're taking twice as much DPS as you need to. If your jungler is tanking one as well. And if you just share both, then top laner will also get level 2 anyway, just like he did. It's pretty much exactly the same time with the combined DPS of both of them doing both camps.
Yeah, it's true.
Just that your jungler doesn't have to tank any because your top laner is going to go back to base.
And I guess that does allow him to, full clear his jungle without taking much damage. I've seen players will not start potions so they can recall off 3 camps, but now you can just take 4 without taking damage. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing the picture here. You're right. I think that is quite strong. So
I was trying to figure out where it originated because I kept seeing it in solo queue. But a lot of people were talking about they saw it in Korean solo queue as well.
Okay.
So
I mean, it started with lane swaps in the LCS and LCK and LPL, etc. It was just how the pros would do it, and then it trickled down to solo queue, and I guess the Korean solo queue players picked it up first.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have, you do it in normal standard lanes.
But I mean, but to realize that was so strong in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Because oftentimes LCS players,
talking
in
about
this case,
where the idea came from. Okay.
Yeah, because you're right, LCS players, there were no deep wards. No one knew if it was a lane swap. In fact, it's not a lane swap. The duo lanes are both on the bottom side of the map. But the risk-averse strategy is, well, we'll just double jungle, get level 2, then show up in the lane anyway. And, so that's the case here. Dignitas, our duo jungling teammate, are separately jungling. We'll see if that hurts them in any meaningful way here, but it should be close to similar. Players, by the way, in-game are saying ready. Calitrols said estoy bien, so being multicultural in this one. And we're getting ourselves back into the game in the next 10 seconds here. With the jungle camps completed, the audio issue seemingly fixed, and the players ready to go. Shifter level 2, ready to walk the lane.
All right, yeah. Well, anyways, the main benefit, by the way, of doing that strategy even in solo queue is that you give your duo lane the guarantee of being able to start one of the side camps.
And Joker's gets the leash that he wants.
Now, let's take a look at how the actual game will play. Shifter on Diana is getting that early shove done. Make use of that passive. She's a pushing monster. We'll see if they set up some sort of ward coverage for him and try and protect him. Because Diana, the weakness is that she is melee champion, extends, constantly shoving, so she's prone to ganks.
Alrighty, well, here we go as time moves on. Kassadin, decent enough gank assist, has a slow there. Could matter quite a bit. Diana, similar situation. We'll see just who gets picked off by the 2 melee junglers. Bottom lane, early push from teammate. But see it look about equally.
Talking about early pushes, Shifter's actually trying to use the window of his first early push to return back to base for his Doran's Ring to get that combat effectiveness early on.
Yeah,
and a pink ward so that he can lay down some of that vision coverage to keep up pressure on mid lane.
Good top from Gamsu. Calitros, though, seemingly winning the trades here. And a flash slow comes in. Flash like to Gamsu. He doesn't have flash or dash anymore, but not quite enough damage. But it's a TP-less Gamsu. Problem is Shen has plenty of health potions left to try to get himself back to full.
So yeah, he did come out with a 2-for-1 flash trade there. Oh, he's going to stick around. Cancels recall. Just going to hold on to that potion and the shield regeneration.
Still have 500 health. The end of it. Flash stun comes in onto Nien. Here comes Evelynn as well. Helios doing what he can. Nien will walk away safely. Dodo takes a Lantern to safety as well. Or Anchor, rather.
Another flash trade, this time on the bottom side of the map. Evelynn goes back to hard farming here. Now, Porpoise got an early recall in after just the one side. So he's been able to upgrade to the Chilling Smite, but doesn't look like there's much he can do with it. I guess he's going to head bottom, even though Nien's gone back to base. He's just controlling the Scuttle Grab.
Not that it means too much against Evelynn, but at least it denies a Scuttler from being picked up, and it's free gold regardless. Gamsu down 7 CS under Calitros. The gank pressure, of course, helping, though that said, they're still both flashless, and Gamsu basically back to full health.
Yeah, a lot of regen off of using his Q to last hit the minions. Able to sustain all the way back up.
All right, life stays good. Calitros used to very rarely get Aurelia in the spring split. Used to garner a lot more respect bans here, but so far winning can't be too bad against him. Gamsu has been one of the very best players for Team Dignitas. Nice trade by Shifter. Golden Bleed and a half. The item lead definitely mattering.
Yeah, and it didn't cost him much CS at all.
Yeah.
Let's see if they were able to punish Nien, though. Kiwi Kid position. Oh!
Ooh, flash anchor, goodbye. First blood to Nien, teammate. Starting out nicely. Both AD carries recall to good items, and Nien now ahead in gold.
Yeah, I actually lost track of Porpoise. After doing the scuttle, went up and around to come from behind, and Kiwi Kid was actually the early prey in the flash trade from the gank down bottom. Really good early moves from Porpoise once again on his Rek'Sai.
Yeah.
Definitely been impressive on the champion as far as his reactionary gameplay.
Well, Porpoise and Dodo making some really good moves. Nian's still down in CS regardless, so the laning phase woes haven't been fixed, but at least he's up in gold thanks to the kill. Teammate up 600 gold as a team overall, so what farm he's losing, the other teams are winning in. Other lanes are winning in, I should say. Mid lane just trading back and forth, basically equal. Golden Blue versus Shifter seems to be the exact same. Both fairly mobile assassin mids. It'll be fun to see how they scale throughout this game. We don't see assassins nearly as much in the mid lane, so it'll be fun to watch. Shifter's second Doran's Ring and an Amp Tome could go a number of ways. We've seen tank into Nashor's Tooth. We've seen just the full burst build. Helios trying to slink into the top lane. Calitrols is 6. He's flashless, goes for a trade. He's going to get jumped down first. He's still very far away from his teammate. Calitrols can't get away in time. Good amount of damage from Helios and Gamsu get the kill. 1-1.
I love it when Helios ganks for the teleport user on Team Dignitas, because it's not only does it draw jungle attention up top, so Porpoise is up top right now. Happens to be on Rek'Sai, so could get to the bottom side of the map, but Kiwi Kid and Core JJ do have the advantage of Shen on their team. So Nian's got to be fairly careful. You can see he stays back in lane, even as Sivir, not trying to shove. Just wants to accumulate CS. He's having a hard time with it, but should be able to recoup most of those losses at the big wave at his turret.
All right, well, as the losses get recouped, Team Dignitas were able to answer, of course, that kill back, which puts the game back to tied. Shifter has taken Chilling Smite for himself, and wait, no, sorry, wow, I was looking at Helios. Just kidding, I'm backwards here. I saw a Smite item and assumed. Warrior Enchant for Helios, by the way. Nice try.
You got
Porpoise.
a small one.
All right, denies a bit. Now, we actually have now seen two different Evelynn builds. We saw earlier from, I forget who played Evelynn and went Runeglaive Evelynn into tank.
Yeah.
And Helios is still sticking with Warrior.
My man. That's
Yeah.
the one I prefer.
You vastly preferred Warrior. Remember we talked about that in the analyst stats.
So, got to give a little caveat. Obviously, Runeglaive is going to be better if you're trying to carry as Evelynn and you go full AP. However, if you're going with the standard competitive build into tank after, I feel like Warrior is still superior because of the raw value of the stats that you get out of the item. And very oftentimes, the Warrior Evelynn will also build a Sheen anyway on top of it and go Frozen Heart or Frozen Fist. Iceborne Gauntlet, Frozen Fist. They change the name sometimes. But that as well.
All right.
Let's see what Helios does, because you can easily just go full tank after Warrior as well.
Of course, the Amp Tome for Shifter is likely going into Runeglaive. I just realized the Amp Tome built into Sheen, which he's going to turn into that item. So, mystery solved most likely. Porpoise still farming away. Level 6 for the Rek'Sai, still the only one gank so far. Helios has also hit 6. We'll see where the next Evelynn gank might come through, but Agony's Embrace is up. He's near the bot lane and is still going that direction. There is a ward in the brush that got pinged out. Helios waits for it to time for his stealth to come in.
Ward, don't care.
Yeah. Just they wanted to make sure that he didn't get revealed unstealthed on the way over, which they properly timed.
Let's see if they can bait aggression, though, because Nian and Dodo have been very, very passive.
For good reason.
Kiwi Kid trying to bait the aggression. I don't think they're going to be able to get it, though.
Stun burned. Dodo pops his shield, walks backwards.
Especially with Rek'Sai top, there's no way teammate try and make a play of their own down bottom. There's Shen on the opposing team.
Yeah.
That would be suicide right now.
And Rek'Sai even ulted. Porpoise used that. Everyone heard that Rek'Sai is,
true.
Not going to be able to global back into this fight. A lot lost. Porpoise even seen on a pink ward. Everyone knows Porpoise not going to be around here. Couple of aggressive wards to keep the jungle under control. And it seems like teammate, they know Eve is down there. He's like, wait, this entire jungle is mine. Where could Eve possibly be except in this bot lane? So this all gets sniffed out. I'm surprised Helios is even still there.
Shifter, I think, is going for the Wolves as well for that push and then farm jungle. Yep.
Yeah. I
Push,
guess with
farm jungle.
Shifter farming anyway, nowhere else for Helios to really be. Even though it's a low percentage gank in the first place. A repeat ward comes down from Porpoise.
Actually, I like Porpoise attempt at counter jungling here. There's a really high value counter jungling a team with 2 smites that has a mid laner trying to farm the jungle as well.
True.
So, good idea there. Let's see if his gank works out though.
Is there a third member somewhere? It's just a 2-on-2? Oh, poor top lane. Porpoise. Looking to turn around into Gamsu. Uses his dash right now. Porpoise says, hi, goodbye.
All right, we'll say that one did not work out.
Yeah, so you mentioned the denial of farm. I want to actually highlight that a little bit, because even though Helios got the first, not first, but he got the assist on a kill. He got a kill, a 300 gold kill. He's still behind gold under the Rek'Sai. It's a 100 gold difference, despite the fact that he's 200 gold up from champion combat. That means it's a 500 gold difference. I did the math wrong there. Whatever, a large gold difference based on the farm. We're gonna, I cast 3 games, don't normally cast 3 games. My brain is mush, we're gonna move on. The freedom is too much for me. It's like one solitary woo from the audience.
So here we're seeing the Evelynn Rek'Sai interaction up top. It wasn't quite in range for Tremor Sense, actually. And Helios is standing still now, so probably don't see this one coming. Maybe it's just sitting there for a counter.
If Gamsu walks forward, like he's got Bombi's Cinder, there's no way he can hit the turret, so if he ever walks forward, it's because he's got Evelynn around. And Calitro's just farming away. Ooh, I think he missed the Q reset there. Sad face. But nothing gained. They had an entire double wave under the turret, and they're just going to wait for it to reset instead.
Man.
Helios will sit still. There's a million tunnels in the top jungle there that Porpoise can constantly move to. There's one near the Wolf Camp, but that's it. Calitro's getting lower and lower against Gamsu. There's Evelynn. Calitro's just dies. Getting way too low in his laning phase.
So this pattern from Helios is quite comical, actually, because mid laner is hard farming the small camps. Camp up top, though, definitely the name of the game because of the way that teammates bottom lane plays. Finally does pay off there, so another kill for Helios, so he's still staying in there as far as relevancy.
Yeah.
Shuttle is available.
All right, Shuttle to used right away into CoreJJ, and out goes the flash from Dodo, but the taunt comes through. A late teleport from Calitros does get finally canceled, but Dignitas 3-1 in this game.
And a Rek'Sai is up top. So they could easily transition that into Dragon. They've got Shen down bottom, shove up that lane, try and get Dragon.
Rek'Sai could ult, but...
Rek'Sai's already going to get a lot of damage on the turret, so... Alright, so he does make the call to come back. Looks like they will collapse.
Wow.
Oh no, they're going for blue buff steal instead.
Okay, it's going to be the choice of income here. Shifter pushed around a little bit. Calitrolls has to be a bit careful. When he dives in, he tends to die here. It's worth pointing out that Porpoise is actually out. He's got more gold than Calitrolls because of all the time he's been able to hold top lane with Calitrolls dying. So this Aurelia, they let him get the champion. He's winning in CS, but he's getting killed so damn much that it's not going to go well. Dodo does get the blue buff with Riptide. Nicely done, Dodo secures the blue buff steal that Dignitas wanted. Of course, they'd want it on Golden Glue, but at least that goes to the team.
So, Dignitas actually not able to get any objective out of that move bottom.
Yeah,
they got the
right.
one kill. They delayed the Dragon for the blue buff, and then didn't even get the blue buff. So a lot of damage from teammate onto the top turret, actually, for them. Yeah, right. Unanswered. All right.
So Shifter went Runeglaive into Challenging Smite, actually. That was actually not what my Combat Smite would have been, but he's not doing the farm. He wants the one-on-one power of being able to challenge someone.
Yeah, Diana's burst is ridiculous. She doesn't really have problems with chasing.
Okay.
But definitely got to get in the habit of casting your smite as you're using the R to gain distance. So you can really take advantage of stacking up the auto attacks after it. With the duration being reduced down to 4 seconds from 6 seconds after that nerf. You actually have to think about it a bit more than before. Whereas 4, you can just,
whatever, it doesn't
do it whenever
matter.
you want.
Dodo, good arcane shift by CoreJJ, but a stun lands again. Teammate unable to find engages here. The thing is, they should be targeting Annie generally as the squishier target. Ezreal, too elusive to die.
It's also pretty funnish to watch Nautilus get punished for missing hooks.
Yeah.
Because of the terrain hook.
Flies into a wall and gets hit up. But sustains back up with the Relic Shield. Looks like he's going to be fine. Porpoise trying to clear wards away. Helios nearby. Doesn't know about that. Oh, but Tibbers wasn't going to stun. The fight means nothing. Neon, they're forced to run away as CoreJJ dives in aggressively. Spell Shield used on the Q. Dodo is going to stun up CoreJJ, but gets stunned back himself. Was on the wrong side of that fight entirely.
Didn't know which way to go.
Another good pickup for Team Dignitas, who now sit 700 gold ahead right here.
And Shen using the teleport, I think he used it to get back top, unless he canceled it trying to come bottom. Still has his ultimate available, so he can just layer those and constantly have global pressure.
Yeah, he's got to feel comfortable. Sunfire cape up. He's going to have a push lead over Calitrolls. He's got a full level lead right now as well, so it must be a couple hundred gold.
Oh, Cali flash stun. That's why his flash is down, to stop the teleport. So Cali also took a lot of damage going for that flash stun and lost a bit of control. Even though the teleport didn't continue, Dignitas is able to get the dragon off of that.
So dragon number 1, first of the game, goes to Team Dignitas here, sitting 1,500 gold ahead. First dragon as well. Very few turret kills, but the slow churn of the game continues to go Dignitas' way.
All right, trying to rotate Sivir up for the wave clear mid here. Cali's gonna be in trouble though. Attracting quite a bit of attention. They do have wards.
A lot of pings makes them run away. The last 2 minions. Mid lane was already cleared out. You can see Porpoise and Dodo heading towards that direction to keep everyone safe.
So they successfully shift their resources up all across the map in order to defend against Dignitas. And teammates are able to pull off the D10s and keep the secondary. Oop, 2 turrets going. Cali
just wants to stop Gamsu's TP. Or his delay the recall, rather.
Delay him a little bit.
Yeah.
He loses a minion for it.
Alright, so blue buff Ezreal, definitely got to feel good for CoreJJ. Sorkshoe's done for Shifter, so more burst, not as much tank stats. You could often see Ninja Tabi or Merc Treads in this champion. Not going to be the case here, and Dignitas really playing a slow scaling game. This is my first Runeglaive Diana I've seen on SR from the mid lane. So curious to see how this transitions. So he's going to Luden's Echo second, because you can't build a Lich Bane.
If Sivir spell shields the Q from Diana, the Crescent Strike, then
you won't have the debuff.
You don't get the debuff for her ultimate reset, right?
Yeah. No ultimate
so that is a huge point of pain for Shifter. He's going to have to work around when trying to assassinate AD carry, because the other targets are less than ideal.
Well, fair bit of damage on a Shifter, but you can see he's very easily able to run away. Ether Wisp plus upgraded boots means a lot of move speed and no chase happening. Flash engage on an Ian, does a ton of damage. Flash is out. Spell Shield does block an Ezreal Q, and he's going to get himself out of this one, but mid lane gonna die for the engage. Good job, Dignitas, to get the pressure they needed. Iceborne Gauntlet does come through for CoreJJ as his second item of choice. A really kite-focused build here. Dignitas get the second turret now for themselves. Calitrolls unable to really fight Gamsu well. Dignitas continue to have that lane pushed up.
Oh, they're coming up again to try and cut off Cali. Can he get out a second time? Looks like the pink ward will distract them long enough. Cali can leave, but again, so much global gold swinging over to Dignitas now with all the outers dropping down. Trying to answer down bottom, Golden Glue on the Kassadin.
Yeah, teammate are changing their composition up somewhat with the Kassadin staying bot lane, but only so much damage to deal. All 3 outers now have been killed off. Golden Glue and Porpoise will finally answer their first turret kill of the game. They got first blood, then nothing else for 19 minutes until they finally knock this turret down. Shifter can use to clear mid very easily. He just trades farm against Golden Glue's Kassadin, but map pressure definitely with Team Dignitas.
Still waiting for the, so they know that pink one's there, so you can work around it, but still waiting for the Evelynn Shen combo to get the flank off and set Shifter up. All right, gonna do the red steel first. Everybody's bottom though. They're looking to target Shen, go to the source of the global, and take Gamsu out, but he's playing defensively, and he's able to avoid pretty much everything from teammates, so they're slowly losing more and more map control. Look at the ward line creeping up for Team Dignitas.
Dignitas definitely playing a slow game despite their advantages here. 1,700 gold ahead at 20 minutes. A small lead, but a lead nonetheless. Teammate able to secure their blue buff safely. The bot lane push didn't turn into anything. Teammate had really been unable to make moves since the first blood. The bot lane kill was because no one else was there. It wasn't even going to be hard. Dignitas only playing slightly faster here. Next Dragon's up in a minute and a half. Baron couldn't possibly be on anyone's mind, so there were some pings to make sure the ward control's okay.
You can work around a 2,000 gold deficit as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very easily. So I feel like if you have a couple of wards placed really well, you're able to get the jump on the team. Maybe just a couple of pink wards in the dragon area to try and catch Helios as he thinks he's wandering around, exploring while invisible. Is always a really good way to swing back control of the game.
I'm surprised the vote's this close. 61 to 39. Dignitas had been looking so strong throughout the split. Again, with a win here, they tie again for second place with Gravity. Just a game out of TSM. Looking for the play on in. Helios right there in the front lines, but the ulti on a CoreJJ keeps the mid laner safe. Helios already popped the ulti. Shield times out, doesn't find a kill. 2 ults burned for 2 ults. We go back to normal. Kellytros does have his Trinity Force now. Golden Goal comes in, a lot of damage to CoreJJ. The chase on in, the stun comes through from Annie. They Poppers in the front lines as well. Helios forced to run away without an ult for himself. Another force pulse from Kassadin, and Team 8 now control the mid lane. An explosion of power off the Trinity Force from Kellytrolls, but no permanent advantages.
Now, even though Shen is past level 11 with the rank 2 ultimate, pretty long cooldown.
Yeah, 80 seconds left on that.
Good trade for the Nautilus and Sivir ultimates. Nobody gets caught though. And no objectives go down. So it's going to be up to Dragon to force more action.
Yeah.
And they should be able to force that action in between the window that they have where Shen's ultimate comes back up and Sivir and Nautilus get theirs.
Yeah. You've got a 1 minute wait for Shen. 30 seconds on Sivir, a full minute on Nautilus.
Oh, they're not even waiting for it. They're just going to bully that down. Evelyn back in base.
They're going to rush it down, and there it goes. Dragon number 1 finally for Team 8. They did just enough to get some control. Team 8 certainly not lying down to get defeated here. You said they could work with that gold deficit. They have. And once again, we go into a fairly tied game. Team 8 finally showing signs of life. Well done for them. The Kassadin still scaling up, going for Zhonya's second. Now, Luden's Echo just got completed for Shifter, though. That is going to be a lot of damage picked up for him.
That is the crux of the burst combo for Diana. She can get everything off. The only thing is that Team 8 have actually crafted pretty well here, their comp, so that there's not really an ideal target for Shifter to try and burst down. So he might even wait until Zhonya's.
Oh, they might not wait much longer. Nice pull in. Porpoisefrog forced to flash. Dodo takes the anchor away, but 2 kills come through. Great chase for Team Dignitas. Threat number 2 in their sights will go down 6-1 in kills. Still going great for the blue side.
Oh, they just run him down through the mid lane, 4 versus 2. Easy couple of kills there for Team Dignitas, and they take a turret on top.
All right, TP coming in for Kellytrolls, trying to survive this fight. Shifter coming along. Doing a bit of damage, forcing him away. Team Dignitas 3-0-1 on Helios. Highest kill participation for his team. 2/3 here, 4 of 6. And Dignitas now move to the top lane to join Gamsu, who's been pushing that wave the entire time. Kellytrolls TP is down. He'll using that to defend mid, but top lane about to be beset by the blue side here. Helios onto the back side. Goes right in for the turret. So far, pretty clean. And out they walk.
And behind them, they leave the trail of wards. Breadcrumbs through Team 8 territory. And they've got deep ward coverage so that they can now clear out Baron and start the baits.
All right, so 3,000 gold lead for Team Dignitas off of a couple of nice fights and turret takes. Gonna feel good for these guys as they continue the road up the standings. His Team 8 playing. This actually looks a bit like their game against Enemy Esports, where they were just behind a little bit in the mid game. They were getting out-rotated. It wasn't the greatest game for them, but Team 8 had happened to find ways back in. They capitalized off a mistake here or there, made a good play, and took it back in for themselves. Dignitas, though, really not known for many catastrophic mistakes, though. I'm not sure if they will have an easy road in. They have only died in the first blood, and since then, no kills. Any turret they lost was answered on the other side of the map. No one-sided advantages at all for the red side. Wolves taken away. Dignitas just taxing the jungle as much as they can, really denying vision, denying gold, denying experience. denying now a buff as well. And more consistent slow advantages for Team Dignitas.
Slowly choking out teammate. Oh, can he?
Yeah, no, yep. Helios with a smite. Think to the red buff. Now both buffs just got stolen in the last 30 seconds. There's not a lot for teammate to use for resources here.
Well, Kali is going really aggressive on Gamsu right now, and he does not have teleport. So Gamsu's got not only teleport, but also ultimate available. Team Dignitas can easily turn a fight in their favor and play to the number advantages, unless Kali's able to significantly, well, if we can kill Gamsu, that would work.
He's doing good damage despite the Sunfire Randuins. The armor stacking build getting cut through a bit with the true damage, so glimmers of hope certainly still exist for teammate here. Gamsu trying to regen back up, but Calitrol's of course very threatening. No one around to help, but vision-wise, Kali cannot easily track if there ends up being a jungler coming.
We've got a this Ezreal build, the purple influence as well. Blade of the Ruined King coming in.
Yeah, I like that a lot for
with the super kite and survivability here for Core JJ. So
it lets him actually have auto attack DPS despite building really greedy caster-wise. It allows him a persistent damage footprint. Did go cooldown boot, so high CDR as well for Core JJ. But yeah, kiting power definitely here. Dignitas, even if their build's showing they want to play a slow, methodical game. And if something does go wrong, the hard engage is there from Annie Diana. The Shen follow-up afterwards. Easy wave clear for Shifter. Golden Glue forced to run. Chilling Smite was used by Helios, slowed back down by Golden Glue though, and Kassadin stays safe. Farm traded back and forth. Even though Dignitas are the first to clear the waves, they are not getting a lot out of it. They are trying to maintain Baron vision control. That's going okay for them. Zhonya's or Death Cap is not far away for Shifter here, who sits on 900 gold plus the needlessly large rod. Golden Glue sitting on only 600, so he's got nowhere to go for his build for a while.
Yeah, I mean, good news for Team 8 with all the minion wave trading that we've had in this mid-game. You know, they bought time. Calitrol's teleport back off cooldown. They at least have a couple of tools to try and answer. Team Dignitas, though, the big gold lead, the deep wards, it's all up to either the Evelynn Shen flank or a Kiwi Kid flash in. So their option, ready to pull the trigger.
And they continue to wait. Of course, poke power is not bad. Luden's Echo Diana, you land one, you do a couple hundred damage.
Yeah,
Ezreal, of course, does nicely as well.
The thing is, right now, Shifter's at the point where he's almost at the Zhonya's. Once Diana gets Zhonya's, then it's ridiculous, because she can pull a full combo, burst someone almost all the way down. Zhonya's and wait for reinforcements and wait for it to come back up.
Yeah,
but
600 gold from that.
Yeah, if Team 8 want to force something, I would try and force it before the Zhonya's is completed, because after that point, Shifter is just going to get out of control.
Yeah, I definitely agree. He's about to break 300 CS as well. The hard farm route's going well. He's the richest fan of the game at 11,000 gold. He's 2K over Golden Glue. Just the hard farm, the 2 assists, certainly working out for Shifter here. Dragon's back up with 2 smites. It could be a clean grab for Team Dignitas here, and you can see teammates stuck on their side of the map. They're not even contesting Helios soloing this Dragon here. Shifter coming to help. Easy, clean pickup. Dragon number 2 doesn't mean a whole lot combat stats-wise, but Dignitas continue their slow road towards more. Of course, the first one died very late into the game, so Dragon 5 not an easy objective to really consider your game plan around.
Yeah, especially with teammate grabbing one.
Yeah. Well, it's still a 4,000 gold lead, though. Ever so slightly, the gold continues to stretch in Team Dignitas' way. Top lane finally goes down, this time just to minions. But it puts teammate a little bit closer. Teammate actually even get the time to take Scuttler away to control Baron slightly more.
Yeah, I feel like Team Dignitas really are just waiting for that Zhonya's to be completed for Shifter.
Needs a lot of farm for a lot of players, but a low kill game, to be certain. Teammate have decent engage, right? They've got Sivir and Nautilus. They've got follow-up through Aurelia and Kassadin, but it seems like Dignitas are either tanky or very good at escaping. Even if they catch Kiwi Kid, you've got a Shen ulti.
Yeah, and by the time Team 8 are able to set up vision and they're looking to set up an ambush here, Shifter just completed it.
All right.
So they're actually, Team Dignitas are actually ready to take this fight now. Very, very ready.
Well, Helios is tracked right now by Porpoise, so they know that he's looking for a play in the mid lane. Team 8 have sort of information that Team Dignitas do not. It looks like not a lot gained. A bit of damage towards the front line. Helios wants to go in, lands a two-man slow. Re-engage the Shifter. Nice true shot barrage to the back line, and out goes Dignitas. In they go, rather, as they catch up to Dodo 8. He's going to flash away. Shield is on to stay alive, but Golden Glue losing a lot of health. And Shifter starting to pick up some kills. Calitro's running off the right-hand side. The re-engage comes in towards Helios, but no kills for Team 8. CoreJJ on the chase. Muramana active, gets a second kill of the fight. Team Dignitas look towards Baron.
Yeah, they just bide their time, mine the entire map, and as soon as he's ready with the team fight item, able to take the team fight. There goes the flank in. Team Dignitas, pretty easy Baron as well on top of it. Looks like Team 8 are thinking about contesting. They do have a Rek'Sai who could attempt a suicide Baron steal.
And Dignitas low on mana.
Hey, goes
He's
in
going to
for
go
it.
in. Oh, no, the double smite's going to work for Team Dignitas. The double smite gets the Baron. The kill goes through as Porpoise dies as well.
I think that is Team 8 calling it. They went for the desperation
goodbye,
play.
Golden Glue.
Not able to get
Red
it.
buff.
He's out of mana too. Continue chasing.
Nia gets the mana. But in comes Shifter. Flash R gets the kill. Can't quite grab Diana, but still more good things happening for the Team Dignitas lineup. Baron buff. 3 to 2 minutes into the game. Gamsu already start pushing top lane with a bunch of minions. That'll be easily picked up. Mid lane under siege as well. The next wave here in 10 seconds. And there's no cast in for 25.
Yeah, they're probably going to recall and go purchase with all the global gold that they just got off the Baron and turrets. And look to do a Baron-empowered push to win. Which lane will it be, though, Freak? I would bet on mid lane.
Really? I feel like mid lane's so hard to push properly.
Yeah, but everybody naturally gravitates towards that.
True.
So
for example.
It's the most... all right, yeah, here's the chase. Even though it wasn't the cleanest, as Shifter didn't really go in with the Shen ultimate on him, and he got Nautilus ulted after the hesitation, doesn't matter. Kiwikid's there, he's on Annie, able to flash in and ensure the engage for Team Dignitas. There's CoreJJ with the super speed, super slow build. Movement differential.
A lot of speed there for him. Feeling pretty good as CoreJJ is deathless in this one. Of course, there was only one kill in the first place. Teammate with very, very few positive things in the scoreboard here. 12 Barons across the split for Dignitas. That just sounds like Team Dignitas, man. They play their games very slow. You can see 39 minutes, 41 seconds.
I feel like those are really, I feel like those are definitely on the deep end. Righteous Glory activated on Kiwikid. He doesn't have flash, so that's probably a kill there.
All right, maybe a road in for Teammate. They're still buffed by Sivir ult for a few more seconds, but nothing else picked up. Just some time lost. Dragon's in a minute 40, and actually Helios a bit overextended as well. The Shen ulti pop for this one. They do not want to chase through. They are afraid of Gamsu, who takes the front line. This is a 4v5. They just blow up Dodo. They're going to blow up Purpose as well. No fear from Team Dignitas. They're gold lead too big to care. 9,000 up.
Minions here for the siege as well. That turret is going to go down.
Wow, Shifter really wants in. Gets a bit of a slow into Calitro's, but the stun and turret range makes him a bit more afraid. Top lane turret now under fire. Kiwikid's still the only death in the team, but 12-2. Top lane is the kill. Your bet is wrong, Kobe. I'm sorry. But Team Dignitas, very far ahead.
It started in mid lane.
Okay.
All right, now they're going to switch over. Minions here. They're going to have those empowered as well. Let's see them knock down another inhibitor.
I would have said top lane, by the way.
don't get credit out.
Retroactively. In my brain, I said it. If you were telepathic.
I mean,
no.
if you have the choice, then you should always choose one of the side lanes.
Yeah.
Because if left unattended, they can get work done themselves. But everybody always tends for mids for some reason. That's why also if you actually are getting beat so bad that you want the other team to end it as quickly as possible, everyone says, oh, just push mid open.
Yeah.
Pushing one of the side lanes is actually better.
I agree.
Tell them the side lane open.
Well, in most of my solo queue games, bot lane's open.
That's a piece of
so
advice
bad.
for people who lose so bad that they can't surrender.
But you can't surrender yet. Tell your opponent to push a side lane. Great. All right, well, Scuttler active for Dignitas. Dragon up. This should be a clean Dragon number 3 for them. Ezreal's build continues to be shades of blue. Even the handle of BF sword has got some blue tape on it, or ribbon or stitching or whatever. So, what do you call that? The material you put on a sword grip.
Sword grip.
You just call it a sword grip?
When you
the grip?
When I play tennis, right? And the tennis grips.
Yeah,
that's what it's called. It's just a tennis grip.
Yeah, that's true. I play racquetball. If you want to play racquetball in LA, tweet me. There's like no courts around, dude. It really sucks.
I play racquetball.
Okay, let's play. Great. I made a new friend.
Later, after this game, though, because they're still playing League of Legends here.
9,000 gold lead, though. Dignitas taking their sweet time with this one.
Indeed. They are.
That is how Dignitas wins games. I mean, there weren't any situations where like they could have won and didn't, like what Team Liquid had done in their earlier win, but yeah, certainly a very, very slow game for them. They are happy to play, very methodical, farm up forever.
Saw the stat already, right?
Yeah, Calitrolls, though, just jumped on. When Dignitas wants to go in, they go in. 13th kill of the game. Credit goes over to CoreJJ. He pops his QSS for nothing.
Visual effects.
It looks cool. I think he meant to trinket or something. I don't know. Or turn off Muramana. Sometimes you can miss doing that. Ooh. Wow, half HP. Golden Glue jumped on. Oh my gosh, Shifter's unstoppable. Takes him down. The chase continues. Healers in the front line. CoreJJ now also unstoppable. 5 kills for both. The dive on in. A double kill for Shifter. This could be the game-winning push. Porpoise, the only man left alive, chooses to ult in melee range of himself. And that's going to be the Nexus turrets going down. Porpoise does not give away extra fantasy points. This will be the kill in 37.5 minutes. Team Dignitas ties 2nd place at the end of Saturday. Well, you saw it coming about 16 minutes ago. Yeah. All it took was 1 or 2 good team fights, and Team Dignitas stayed in control of this one.
Shifter bringing out that Diana.
Yeah.
Definitely a really strong champion.
6-0-6.
I was hoping to see his APS reel just because I played it before RuneGlaive was a thing. But CoreJJ pulled rank on him. Took it to the bottom lane.
Well, I mean, AP Ezreal being a thing notwithstanding, I do like the Team Dignitas comp, though.
Yeah.
They had just enough ways to go in. I always love seeing Ezreal or Graves in comps that have assassins, in comps that have backline dive, because
someone
they can
who can fend for yourself.
It's both fending for yourself, but also participating. A long-range team fight ult. I mean, CoreJJ had the highest kill participation on his team as the AD carry because global range ultis let you join in all these fights. I'm a really big fan of that one. I think it was a great choice. Shifter played the hard farm game, 375 minions in a 37.5-minute game.
Yeah.
He kept that mark up, but Teammate really just... In Spring Split, they were known as the recklessly aggressive team who could sometimes win lanes. There were a couple of champions you had to be afraid of, and they would just find these picks constantly throughout the jungle. Some of that was Slushy doing really well, but some of that was just Calitrolls going hard and going for these TP flanks, and that style of Teammate has seemed to have gone away. It's like they're trying to be like Team Dignitas or Team Liquid or something, but not having the follow-through to do it properly. Getting behind in a few of their lanes, not finding the picks they think they should find. I mean, this is a team with a Sivir and a Nautilus and a Kassadin. This is not hard to find a fight. Certainly Dignitas play defensively, but Teammate being unable to find any fights themselves. Not even stabbing Dignitas at Dragon or Baron or anything like this. This is just kind of a style that's not working for Teammate. Yet again, they have failed to pull any upsets. Their only wins, 2 over enemy and the sub-squad of TDK. It does not look like a bright season for these guys.
Yeah, definitely rough go for them. Especially having to swap out players.
That's
they had
true.
to deal with a lot of stuff, but...
The loss of Slushy definitely hurts them. I mean, Slushy was
And at
great.
the end of this split, they're going to lose Kali as well. So it's going to be
true.
another roster change.
Another roster change for them. And you know, the question is that a roster that's going to even be in the LCS right now? TDK beat Dignitas, team that Teammate just lost to. TDK almost beat Team Solamid. TDK looking to grab, I'm going to say, maybe 4 or 5 more wins throughout the split, which would put them solidly in 7th place. And C9, Enemy, and Teammate are all fighting to get above 3 wins right here. These guys are still tied at 3-8 at the end of the day. We'll see how those guys do tomorrow as well. There'll be interesting matches and throughout the rest of the split as well. But for more, we're going to toss it down to Riv, who's down on the blue side.